No, B gave it to Ernie and Ernie deposited it into your account.
No, but we so see.
What does Crixie mean?
How does she get the checks?
They come to your house.
They come here.
Yeah. It comes
In the
to your
mail,
house.
in the mail.
It comes here. So
Well,
she
I don't know what to
opened
do
it.
with this French stuff.
Yeah.
No, you have to go to Belgian consulate because you don't want them to stop making payments.
But I already did the light.
So
Yeah.
the checks, it comes here, and so
Yeah.
B gave it to Ernie to put.
Hi, Mario.
Oh, yeah.
Who's the builder?
Some really.
No,
Lamed, we're on 30.
Who's that? It's not a job like ours. No, ours is like building structure.
True.
We have different builders now. They're all building.
But he already told me that there's no workers and it's twice as much money. I mean, it's not the greatest.
can you hear me?
I can hear you. Lamed. Mechaga is that supports the opinion that the Avela starts from Rosh Chodesh. Umanda Amar Kula, so the one who says that the restrictions is the whole month of Av is Mechadsha. Umanda Amar Kol Shabbos Kula, so the one who says that the whole week Shabbos Shechal Tisha B'Av is Aser is Mishabota, which means 1 week. Amar Rav Alachik Reb Shimon Gamliel. Amar Rav Alachik Reb Meir. The Tarvaya Lekula. We go lenient. Utzricha. Diyash Alachik Reb Meir Avamina Filim Rosh Chodesh. Kamash Malach Reb Shimon Gamliel. That it only starts Shvur Shechal B'Av. The prohibition starts Saturday night of the week that Tisha B'Av starts. Diyash Alachik Reb Shimon Gamliel Avamina Filim La'achrav. I might have thought that Reb Shimon Gamliel holds that if Tisha B'Av is Wednesday, the prohibitions extend to Thursday and Friday. Kamash Malon Allah Reb Meir, that it only extends to Tisha B'Av itself, doesn't extend to afterwards. Erev Tisha B'Av lo yochel adam shtei tavshilin. On Erev Tisha B'Av, you shouldn't eat 2 different kinds of dishes. That's only if you're eating your meal from noontime on. Noon and before noon mutter, you can have a meal with 2 types. We're only talking about the Suda the last Suda before Tisha B'Av. Aval b'Suda she'en mafsik bo mutter, you can have 2 tafshilim. Hello, Elazar. Elazar, we're on Lamed Amid Aleph. Utzricha. Diashrim b'Suda mafsik bo. If I would have been told it only relates to the Suda Mafsekes, that would apply if you decide to eat your last meal at 10 o'clock in the morning, you couldn't have 2 tafshilin. Kamash Malon, it's only Mishesh Shosulamalu. Only if your Suda Mafsekes is afternoon. If you would have told me the rule that you can't have 2 tafshilin anytime afternoon, I would say that's even the Suda that you're not being mafsik. Kamash Malon, the Suda mafsik, but it's only by the Suda Mafsekes. Tani Kalishna Kamot, Tani Kalishna Basra. There's a price to support both versions. Tani Kalishna Basra. I saw you Erev Tisha B'Av. Somebody's eating Erev Tisha B'Av. If he plans to eat another meal after, in the meal that is not the last meal, you can eat meat and wine. Avim Lav, if there's no plan to eat another meal after this, you cannot eat meat or drink wine. Tani Kalishna Kama. Erev Tisha B'Av, lo yochel adam shnei tavshilin. Erev Tisha B'Av, you shouldn't eat 2 types of dishes. Lo yochel basav lo yishteh yain. You shouldn't drink wine or eat. You should change from what you normally eat. On Rav Yehuda Ketzad Mishani, Maya Rogel Lechol Shnei Tafshilin Yochel Minecha. If normally you eat 2 cooked foods, you only eat 1 cooked food. Maya Rogel Lisod Basar Bnei Adam. If your normal procedure is to eat with 10 people, Soid B'chamisha, you only eat with 5 people. Haya Rogel Lishtoy Sasar. If they normally drank 10 cups in that meal, Shoysa Chamisha is Koisos. You only drink 5. That's only from noon on. You can do whatever you want. Person should need 2 tafshilin. You shouldn't eat meat, shouldn't drink wine. You should change what you normally eat. You reduce how much meat and wine. If you ate a pound of meat, you should eat half a pound. If you normally drank a log, you should chatzi log. The main ragil kol liquor. If he doesn't eat normally meat or wine, usher, you don't drink either of those. If they ate a radish or something salty after the meal, you can do it. If the meal is to provide you sustenance for Tisha B'Av, can't drink wine, can't eat meat, can't bathe. If the meal has nothing to do specifically with sort of fortifying you for Tisha B'Av, you can't bathe. Rabbi Shmuel, Rabbi Yossi, Mishum Aviv, Kol Shosh, Mutter Lechol Basar, Mutter Lechol. He says the prohibitions of eating meat and bathing go hand in hand. Kol mitzvahs noya goes be'evel, noya goes be'Tisha B'Av. All the Yisurim, if somebody becomes an Avel, so that exists Tisha B'Av. Asr b'achilu v'shtiya. Can't eat or drink. V'sicha v'nilas a sandal. You cannot wear leather shoes. You can't anoint yourself with oil. V'tash v'shamita relations. V'asr likros b'torah b'nevim v'aksuvim. You cannot study Torah. V'lishnos b'mishram v'talmud v'midrash v'alachos v'agodos. Aval koirahu b'malkom she'en rogel likros. You can read from places where you normally don't read, like Yirmiyah. V'shanim malkom she'en rogel lishnos v'kor b'kinos. You can read Eicha, Be'iyuv, V'dvar Maroim should be Yirmiyah, and the bad events in Yirmiyah. V'tinoika shel beis rabban b'telim. Cheder is closed that day. Mishum shenemar pikudei Hashem yishor misamchei leiv. Because when you learn, you become happy, so you have to close that down. You don't read from places that you normally don't read from. It means he's more machmir. You don't learn at all. Aval, korehu be'iyuv. You read iyuv of akinas. Udvar marem should be Yirmiyah. V'tinoka shel beis rabban b'telim bo mishum shenamer pikudei Hashem yishor misamchei leiv. Bo yochel basar v'lo yishte yain. The Mishnah said you don't eat meat, don't drink wine.
When was a gozer that you made for the 3 weeks, Boss of Yayin? I mean, the Shmana Gemara looks like it's just machlokas only the day or the day before.
This is we just learned the machlokas between Rab Meir, Rab Gamliel. Rab Meir held you start from Rosh Chodesh. We don't do anything in the 3 weeks. The only thing you don't do in the 3 weeks, the only thing that's not knowing in the 3 weeks, some people don't listen to music. We don't make weddings. But there's nothing, you can swim, you can eat meat. The prohibitions start Rosh Chodesh Av by the Ashkenazim. By the Sfardim, they only start Shvur Shechol Tisha. That's based on the machlokas we
don't eat meat. Oh, yeah, that's right, the 9 days, right,
9 days.
that's right, yeah, okay.
Lo yochel basar v'lo yishtayen. Tana, aval oichelu basar maliach, you can eat salted meat. V'shoysa yain migitu, you can drink very strong wine. Basar maliach ad kama, because these are not pleasant. Arno chine barkanim mishmei nishmul kozman she'eno kishlami. If it's salted, that it can be eaten for more than the time you can eat a shlamim, which is 2 days, you can eat it. V'yayin megito ad kama, calls manchu toises. Toises means like it's bubbling. Tana yain toises embo mishum gilui. Such strong wine, normally, if we leave beverages uncovered, you're not allowed to drink from them because we're worried that a snake has deposited venom there. But this kind of wine is so strong that we're not worried about gilui. And nachash will not, it'll run away from the fact that it's so strong. The kamatisi saso shlosha yomim. Within the first 3 days that you stepped on the grapes. Erev Tisha B'Av, he would eat a dry piece of bread with salt. The Yoshev Ben Tanu L'Kirami would sit between the oven. It's a very low place in the house. The Oichel V'Shoysa Le'Kitin Shemaim, he would eat, he would drink a thing of water. The Doma Kamisha Mesa Mutalafonov, he would treat it as if he has a mace in front of him. Whether you work on Tisha B'Av is totally minig. Those places that worked on Tisha B'Av, you work. Mokum shenogu shalasos ein oisim. Uv'chol mokum tamid chachamim b'teilim. Tamid chachamim should not work on Tisha B'Av. Here, normally mipnei Yehura, people can't act like a Talmid Chacham, but regarding Tisha B'Av, everybody should treat himself like a Talmid Chacham. Person should treat himself like a Talmid Chacham, so that he would fast. By not working, the fasting is worse. I can attest to that. When you work, it's easier to fast. A real fast is when you don't work. You eat and drink on Tisha B'Av, it's like you ate and drink on Yom Kippur. Whoever works on Tisha B'Av, you won't see bracha from them. Whoever works on Tisha B'Av and is not mournful enough on Yerushalayim will not see in the simcha when Yerushalayim is restored. Shenamar simchas Yerushalayim v'gilu ba kolo aveh sisu itam asos kolo mitabim aleh. Ikanamru kolo mitzabah Yerushalayim zoich v'ror b'simchasa. Whoever mourns for Yerushalayim will be zoicha to see it redeemed and its happiness. V'shein mitzabah Yerushalayim and ror b'simchasa. Hanam achi kol oichel bazav v'shosiyam b'tisha b'av. Whoever eats meat, drinks wine, Tisha B'Av, all of a kosav oimer, vatihi avonosam alat smoisam. Their sin will be on their bones. Rabbi Yehuda Mechai b'kfiyas amita. Rabbi Yehuda said you turn your bed upside down. V'lo hoydu l'chachamim. The chachamim didn't agree. Tanya Armel Rabbi Yehuda l'dvarecha ubros menikos matei alen. Where pregnant women and nursing women going to sleep, they have to sleep on a regular bed. I'm only talking about people who can do it. And Rabbi agrees to the Chacham, whoever cannot do it. So my binai, where are they arguing? Do they have to overturn all the beds in the house, not just their own personal bed? It's not only his own personal bed. He flips over all the beds in the house. On Rava Yilchus Ketana Didon, Chacham didn't agree with any of this. Rab Shimon Gamliel. There were no greater yontifs for Klal Yisrael like Tu B'Av and Yom Kippurim. So the Gemara says, Bishma Yom Kippurim, there's great simcha and a great yontif, mishum de ispe slichu mechila, because we get forgiveness from Hashem. The Od, it's a Yom Shenit Nebaluchos Achronos. The second set of luchos were given on Yom Kippur. So it's a reason for a yontif. Ela chamisha asher b'av maihi. What's the big to do about Tu B'Av? Because the Torah says, "V'chol bas yoreshes nachlo." A bas, if there's no son, will inherit the estate. However, it says, "V'lo tisav nachlo mimata lamata acher ki ish b'nachlo sayid b'kub bnei Yisrael." So they didn't want land to transfer from one shevet to another. So they told people not to marry one shevet to another. But they made a decision that, no, we can marry between the shvatim. My darush, zeh davar asher tziva Hashem livnos tzlavchad. Davar zeh, this prohibition lo yenoy gela b'dor zeh. It's only for one generation. Those that learn with us the Navi Shir, we know that Shevet Binyamin Amis got completely wiped out. Not only that, they made a shvua not to marry with Shevet Binyamin. But at some point, that shvua was removed. Shneimar, the Ish Yisrael Nishba b'mitzvah lemor Ish Mimen lo yiten bitul Binyamin liisha. Ma darsh Amrav mimenu v'lo mibanenu. Only us, but our children can marry. So it's a great yontif. Amrav Rechan Rav Yechton. Yom shekolabo meisei midbar. That throughout the 40 years, 15,000 people would be killed every year. They dig their graves, they go lie down in their graves, and 15,000 people wouldn't stand up. That 15,000 times 40 is 600,000. That's how all the 600,000 of the Dor Hamaraglim were wiped out. So on the 40th year, they all woke up, they stopped dying. And because they would lie in their bed, it all started Tisha B'Av, is when they would dig their graves. But finally, by the 15th of the month, they saw that there was a new moon, that they're calculating the moon correctly, and no one died. They knew that the Cheshbon was complete, and 40 years of the Gzer was finished. So they made that day Yontif. That means until Moshe lost Nevuah for 38 years, until all the Mesei Midbar passed away, Hashem didn't speak to Moshe. Shneimar, Vahi kasher tamu kol Hashem echol lamus, and then Vaydaber Asher Elai. Elai hayad dibu. Ula says Tu B'Av something else. Yom Shabita bo Hoshe ben Ela, Pruzdir Shoish of Yerav ben Avat alat Rochim. That after Shlomo HaMelech, his son Rechavam, Yeravam ben Nevat took away the 10 Shvatim. He put guards on the road to prevent people from going up to Yerushalayim Aliyah L'Regel, and he put Avodah Zarah in that area. But Hoshea ben Ela was mevatel that. That means at least he gave them the choice. Those that want to go to Yerushalayim can go. Those that want to go to Beit El or Dan, where Yeravam put the idols, they could go there. Okay, we'll finish Masechta tomorrow, 8 o'clock normal time.